This video is based on Glassdoor reviews. Glassdoor is not the be-all and end-all method of evaluating companies, but this is a list of companies that had exceptionally bad reviews. From companies with $2 bonuses to dogs relieving themselves in employee cubicles. But don't let this totally influence your next job move. I'm sure there's two sides to every story. Number 5 on the list is Western Connecticut Health Network. Comprised of 3 hospitals, Danbury, Norwalk, and New Milford, they are a healthcare network that's built for the people they serve, as stated on their company website. They may be built for the people they serve, but they're not built for their employees. They receive troves of negative reviews citing poor management, bad leadership, insulting incentives, including a $2 appreciative token redeemable for a beverage. They give you a token for a free beverage if someone appreciates what you have done. Another employee said, "Management is unstable and have no clue what they want. Changes by the week, they knowingly lie to employees." A former APRN said, "This place is a joke. Leadership, if you can call it that, cares only about numbers and money. They treat APRNs like glorified nurses. No respect." Their overall score is 2.9 out of 5, which is pretty bad. Number 4 on the list is Novatex. Novatex is a document outsourcing company that redefines business process automation for the connected age. Past employees complained about low wages, no raises, or bonuses. The salaries are not great either, most of them hovering around the $11 to $12 mark. One employee described them as completely unprofessional. "There is no positive things to say. If I could, I wouldn't even give 1-star rating. Management for this company act like children, and they have probably rigged some of these reviews." Another employee said, "Employees will go years without raises, bonuses. I went for years without a review." Their overall score is 2.1 out of 5. Number 3 on the list is Companions and Homemakers. Companions and Homemakers have been providing home healthcare solutions in Connecticut since 1990. Here's a tirade that sums up their lack of respect and empathy for employees. "This company shows no respect for its customers or employees. It takes on more clients than it can serve. Who suffers? Existing customers." Reviews complained about poor management, low wages, and a lack of growth. Some reviews urged readers to rescind their applications. Another review cautions readers by informing them that Companions and Homemakers try to cover up their glaringly bad reviews. CNH tells you these reviews are all untrue during your 2 weeks of training, and that it takes a good 6 months before you will have a handle on this job. Their rating is 2.3 out of 5. Number 2 on the list is Purdue Pharma. Purdue is a global pharmaceutical company headquartered in Stamford. In recent years, Purdue has been barraged with lawsuits claiming their marketing campaigns and misleading sales tactics centered around their flagship drug OxyContin opened the floodgates for a national opioid epidemic. After taking a step back to reevaluate their company's needs, Purdue decided to lay off 350 employees on their sales team. But Purdue is not all bad. Aside from the sketchy ethics they are hoping to leave in their past, employees were very satisfied with their compensation, with salespeople making upward of $80,000 a year. A big problem that was referenced throughout the reviews was poor management and high turnovers in management. There's nothing really positive to say about a company that manipulates medical professionals into thinking that the products they sell are safe and effective. The overall Glassdoor review for this company was 2.6 out of 5. Finally, we get to the absolute worst place to work in Connecticut.
Merrill Moss Media Relations.
Though their reviews are higher than others we have seen, at 3.7 out of 5, the stories in the reviews are what makes this place condemnable. The reviews start off with a woman complaining how the CEO, Merrill, uses humiliation as a management tool. Let's get some basics out of the way. There are no clear expectations. They change at the drop of a hat. The boss has no concept of how to motivate or cultivate a team. There are no incentives to stay unless you are a masochist. Employees must walk on eggshells. She uses humiliation as a management tool. But if that wasn't enough, another employee describes how Merrill pays her employees low wages while coming into work in a flashy BMW. It's rather insulting. For the work you do and the hours you keep, you will be grossly undervalued. And don't even get me started about asking for a raise. There will be excuses galore about how the business is struggling while there are signs pointing to the exact opposite. How can someone running a struggling business have $400 jackets, designer clothes, a flashy white BMW, her own apartment in New York City, and seemed to be at a conference/on vacation up to 3 times a month. The next employee goes on to talk about how Meryl has a dog who relieves itself in employee cubicles. The complaint about the dog comes up in a lot of the reviews. I'll throw Meryl a bone here and say one upside of the office culture is that it's dog friendly. There are some wonderful furry little creatures acting as the office therapy pets when work is too stressful and the boss is unbearable. The downside is that she regularly brings in her miniature chihuahua that yips at everything for minutes on end during conference calls, important meetings, client visits, you name it. Not only that, the dog uses the office as its private bathroom. If that isn't enough, when Meryl is informed that her dog had an accident, she'll have one of her employees pick it up and rarely apologize if it landed in a cubicle. This is The Devil Wears Prada meets Real Housewives. So that concludes the 5 worst places to work in Connecticut. Stay tuned for the 5 best places to work, and be sure to leave a comment if you know of any other horrible places to work in Connecticut.